Welcome for mathematics lesson. We're going to discuss ratios and proportions. A merchant blends 350 kilograms of Kakuzi tea costing 84 shillings per kilogram with 140 kilograms of Ketepa tea costing 105 Kenya shillings per kilogram. Calculate the price at which he must sell 1 kg of the mixture to attain 20% profit. So the first thing to do here is to get the cost of the kilogram of the mixture, whereby 350 costing 84 is being mixed with 140 costing 105. Therefore, when we take 350 kilograms, each costing 84, then we mix with 140, each costing 105. Then we divide by number of kilograms. You know, this will be the total cost of the mixture. Total cost of the mixture, 350 by 84, then 140 by 105. When you add, you get total cost of the mixture, having all the kilograms. So total cost of 1 kilogram in the mixture will be, when we divide by the number of kilograms now which have been added. We divide this now by 350 plus 140. Let me begin by multiplying 350 and 84. Then I add 140 by 105. This is giving me exactly 44,100 divided by 490. Divide by 490. This is giving me exactly 90 Kenya shillings. Therefore, a kilogram of this mixture is costing 90 Kenya shillings. Now that this merchant is supposed to make 20% profit, there is how he should sell. There is how he should sell a kilogram of the mixture. Therefore, 100% is now 90 Kenya shillings. What about 120, so that he makes 20% profit? To be 90 by 120 divided by 100. This is going to give us 108 Kenya shillings. 108 Kenya shillings. The next is a question on graphical methods. The graph below is part of the straight line graph obtained from the initial equation. V is equivalent to AP multiplied by N. So we have a graph here of the logarithm of V against the logarithm of P. So the graph can be seen there with the two intercepts clearly indicated. Write down the equation of a straight line in the form y equals to mx plus c. Hence, use the graph to find a and n. It should be noted that a and n are constants in this case. Therefore, when I will start now simplifying these equations to become a linear equation, then I got to apply logarithms on both sides. Because v equals to a p power n, then I can take logarithms on both sides. We introduce logs. Then we apply the laws of logarithms. Now that this is the log of a multiplied by p raised to n, we can apply the law which says that when we have the logarithm of a plus the log of b, this is equivalent to the log of a multiplied by b. So it means at this point we can split a and p power n by having the log of v equals to the log of a plus the log of p power n. We can go ahead to apply another law of logs, which says when we have the logarithm of a raised to power n, we can drop the n at this point and you multiply the logarithm of a. Therefore, the power can become a multiplier at this point. That means we can change the equation to the logarithm of v. Then I can also change the order here. By the time I'll be applying this law, I change the order. Now I begin with this part and have n, the logarithm of p, plus the logarithm of a, plus the logarithm of a. Therefore now, this is the linear equation connecting p and v as two variables. We've been taught to write down the equation of a straight line in the form y equals to mx plus c, and this is now the equation. Hence, use the graph to find a and n. It should be noted that when log v has been plotted against the log of p, then because log p is on the x-axis, then the value of n, and that becomes the variable of the coefficient on the x-axis, now becomes our slope. Therefore, slope or else gradient of the above graph is going to give us the value of n. And something else we should know, plus c, the constant at this point, using the concept on equation of straight lines, should give us the y-intercept. So it means the y, or the vertical intercept, will give us the logarithm of a according to this equation. So y-intercept is going to give us the logarithm of a. Y-intercept will give us the logarithm of a. Therefore, for us to get a, then we need to get the anti-log, the log inverse of the value at y-intercept. Now that y-intercept gives us log a, then to get a, we need the log inverse, or rather the anti-log. Let me begin by getting a, actually. So, the logarithm of a, which is the y-intercept, is negative 1.8. So that means we should, for us to get antilog, the value of a now, we should take antilog of this. And it means we are supposed to use our calculator to type shift log of negative 0.18, negative 1.8, sorry, not 0, 1.8. This is giving us 0.01585. So this is the value of a. That is the value of a. We can go for the value of n, whereby we will need the slope. The value of n is going to be the slope. Therefore, we can use a few coordinates like 3, 0, that is the x-intercept, and y-intercept, which is 0, negative 1.8. Therefore, change in y is going to be 0 minus negative 1.8 divided by change in x, 3 minus 0. Therefore, I'm going to have 1.8, because this becomes positive, divided by 3. 1.8 out of 3 becomes 0.6. Therefore, the value of n is 0.6. This is our n, 0.6. Then finally, we got a question here in number 13. State the amplitude, period, and phase angle of y equals to the sine of half x plus 30 degrees. Therefore, for us to get amplitude, we should know that generally when a trigonometric function is equal to either sine, and you find there is a value here, so we can begin with, we can let it to be k, the sine of half x plus 30 degrees. Alright, I intended to be very general, so the equation which is general can be k the sine of, let's say, a given figure here like n x plus a given angle here, 30 degrees, not 30 degrees, just you can call it an angle theta. Then we should say k gives us what we call amplitude in such a general equation, amplitude. Then theta, actually the absolute value of theta gives us what we call phase angle, and then what we call 360 divided by n should give us what we call the period. Now with that, you should know that the same is applied when the function is of cosine. So in case it was cosine here, we would still extract the values using the same technique. The value at k should give us amplitude. The absolute value of theta should give us the phase angle. Then 360 divided by n should give us the period. In this case, we should say our amplitude equals to 2. Our period equals to 360 divided by half, and this makes it 720 degrees. Then the phase angle is going to be 30 degrees, just as it is from the equation. So thank you for following up with the lesson. Subscribe and share.